Hey everybody, and welcome to another Enhanced Edition, where I have gone and done the thing I was talking about doing with Cyberverse Spark Armor Cheetor. I actually don't have the Spark Armor, well, I have the Spark Armor, but I didn't do anything to the Spark Armor because in my mind, this as a standalone figure is where it's at, so that's what I tweaked. The coloration and stuff that I did, I used reference photos from the show. There are a lot of liberties taken with the design of the toy here, like the cheetah forepaws end up on the back in robot mode in the cartoon and stuff like that. So obviously some concessions had to be made. I neglected to add more spots to different sections because I just kind of wanted to stick with what was there. Still, overall, I think it turned out pretty darn cool. And first, obviously, we're looking at the cheetah mode, and a lot of the stuff's going to be visible in robot mode too, but I really like some of the stuff going on here, like the black for the front claws. That's a big help. I like how that actually makes them visible now. Just a little bit of detailing up there, and some stuff that we'll look at more in robot mode. Still not sure about the Autobot logo on the shoulder, but whatever. I actually added black to the tip of the nose. Originally, it is not like that. It's just like a black line going around the outside, like around the edges of it. Whether or not it's accurate, I just thought it looked better, having the nose looking like a full, proper nose. The detail that I really like that I took from the screenshots is the gold going up along here that makes that spine stand out more. Whether or not that is accurate, I don't know. I'm just going by like a single screenshot of him in cheetah mode laying down, so it could be that this is meant to be a different color, but I went with gold, and I like that separation. I think it looks really cool. And I also painted the hinge down here to make it seem more like complete when you bend the head around. Some black around the midsection, which again brings that spine detail out, so now it's much more obvious, this line going all the way down. And then I did some stuff on the legs, which we will talk about more in robot mode. So yeah, there are certain things about the way this came out in robot mode that I'm not super into, but I am super into how the cheetah turned out. This is cool. I really dig this. I'm really glad I did this. Anyway, moving on to the robot mode. Here we have the robot mode, and I feel like there's a lot of changes here that are pretty obvious, but there's just one or two that I'm not super into that I kind of may go back and change, or I may just leave. I don't know. Haven't quite decided yet, but there's so much more that shows up now, and I love it. I was lucky in that the blue that I have is actually very similar in shade and tone to the blue that was already on this guy, because you really can't tell, even under the lights here, it's hard to tell what was painted and what wasn't. This whole knee section here, from like here up, I painted that. I did the gold spikes there. I did the gold underneath there. I even did blue along the sides here, because originally that was not painted. That was just like that same kind of yellowish orange plastic. It's one of those things that just, it amazes me how, even when I'm like looking for it now under lights, there's a really subtle difference in shading, but like it's really subtle. I even actually went around the hinges here, and I'm surprised that the paint's held up, but it has, so that's great. I did the pelvis in blue also. Again, this is all going by reference photos, so I could have misinterpreted some things, but I like how that separates things out. And I love the black around the midsection here, because it kind of points out that folded up cheetah head a little bit more, so it doesn't quite blend into the torso as much. For the arms, now I did the blue on the backs of the arms, so it kind of looks like fingerless gloves, which I think is cool. Little black lines on the forearms there, and then the bicep. I didn't go all the way around, because when I was looking at the photos, it didn't quite seem like it went all the way around, but I did the fronts and up here in blue. You can even see it's like a little bit on the inside there. And I also did the little ring around the ball joint in blue. And around the back, it's pretty much just the same stuff from the cheetah mode. Oh, also, because again, reference photos, I did the insides of the little point sticking out of the forearm guards in blue, because according to the reference photos, that seems like how it's supposed to be. Looking at it now, I am kind of thinking like maybe this should be blue all the way around, but I can change it later if I want. And lastly, we come to the parts, the only parts of this whole thing that I'm kind of wishing I didn't do. And that is the gold for the chest and head here. There definitely seemed to be gold in the head crest and whatnot in the helmet in the reference photos I was looking at, but I don't really feel it here. I originally did just the head crest and it didn't look quite right to me, so then I did the rest of the helmet and it looks even less quite right to me now. I did actually separate it out, so like there's a little bit of that orange still showing through, but I don't know, I kind of wish that I'd left that alone or just on the head crest. I also did the little section in the center there black. The photo that I used seemed like it should have been either yellow or green, but I went with black because I thought green wouldn't quite work with the gold, and yellow would just look kind of like the unpainted orange plastic, so I feel like that works. I like the black on the gold there. I just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I should have painted that whole head in the gold colors, but it is what it is. The other thing that kind of bums me out is this here. Like, I did this for the cheetah mode, for the benefit of the cheetah mode, and I think it looks great in the cheetah mode, but having this big slab of gold going across his chest, I'm not super into that, and I don't really know how else I could fix that other than just going in and, you know, little by little going in, like, removing the paint from the front. For the most part, I'm willing to consider this a success. I do wish that I had done some things a little bit differently, but overall I'm very pleased with this. And I feel like here you can kind of see that, like, if I had added more spots in places, it would just kind of make things look busy. And he's got enough details going on right now that I don't think he really needs it. I'd also contemplated going in and panel lining the lines, the little segments going down the tail and spine, but I decided against it because as I was thinking about it, I was kind of like, he's a cheetah, but if I give him black stripes going down his back and tail, then it would kind of be more like a tiger. So I decided to heck with it. I just leave it the regular orange plastic. And that is it for Cyberverse Cheetor. I love this figure. I think it's a really shockingly great representation of Cheetor. Even though there are a couple of things that I wish I had done a little bit differently, I still think this looks really freaking cool with, like, the proper details painted in now. Just the complete shin stuff alone I feel like is worth it, but I really love just the added blue bits spread throughout so that it's not just a little bit of blue down here and then blue on the face and that's it. The added bits of black in the forearms also help because that kind of ties it into the little bit of black and orange detailing that you get in, like, the thighs, the shoulders, and the chest. Or stomach, whatever. What do you all think of this? Is this something that if you have a Cyberverse Cheetor you'd want to do yourself? You think I went too far with it? Think I didn't go far enough? How do you feel about the issues that I have? Like, do you think I should do something else with the chest there, leave it as is? Think I should have done something else with the helmet? Whatever you're thinking, I'm curious to know about it, so feel free to chime in down below. I always enjoy hearing from you all. And as always, stay fabulous.